Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Stu and this is Pokey Park for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic, a small cramped amusement park which requires major expansion. Your objective: to achieve a park value of at least 150,000 at the end of October year 2. So it's a very small park then. Free entry, so we're going to be charging for the rides. Let's have a look then. Oh, there's a lot of land that can be bought. So at first the scenario looks like a very difficult one, or maybe tricky, but if you were to buy this land then it would be quite easy, I'd imagine. What about, oh, and you've got rights to build over the road as well. No problem then. Let's see what rides we've got unlocked. Train, won't be using that, it's too small. A lot of gentle rides, not many coasters, a couple of thrill rides. Let's see then, some water rides and some shops. So I think then we're going to go in on thrill rides. Now when we've played other parks like Magic Quarters for example, we started off putting down all the flat rides and we had well over 200,000 park value just from the flat rides. So it's not going to be as easy as that was because it's quite small, but I don't see why it should be that difficult. And I'm going to try doing this without buying a single tile of land. Just the boundary here is all I'm going to use. So what am I going to do first then? Right, first thing I'm going to do then, I'm going to get rid of all the rides in the park now. A few reasons for that. Firstly, they're already down. Let's see if it shows the age of them. Well, they built this year. That's okay, that's cool, but they're already down, so they're already starting to lose value. So I'm going to get rid of them. Plus, they're all spread out. So what I'm going to be doing then is I'm going to be building them as tightly crammed together as possible. I'm also going to flatten out the land as well. Just makes it easier to cram them in. So I'll flatten out, let's see, there's a few different, I'll flatten it all down to the level of the entrance, and then this bit's underneath that, so I'll leave that. That'll give me a good access to going underground if I need the extra space. Don't know yet, but I'm going to see how many flat rides I can cram in. It's not, how am I going to, well actually just thinking about it, I don't even need queues. So what I can do is I can have the ride buildings, like the entrance and exit buildings, joining straight onto the main paths. That'll save me a bit of space. So I'm going to crack on with the building and we can review it at the end of the first year. If we've got more than the 150 by the end of the first year, then what we can do then is we could just demolish everything in the second year and redo it, and everything then will get brand new value ratings. So let's see how we go the first year and then we can review it. It is October year 1. We've got a park value of 175,000, so that's well above the 150,000 required. Let's have a look what I've done then. So we've got 4 spiral slides crammed over by here. Let's turn the rides off. So then we've got a path just in front of them. So I haven't got any queue lines. We've got the ride buildings going straight onto the path. Same with the Ferris wheel there. We unlocked the inverter ship. We've got a pirate ship there as well. They're only 1 tile wide. We've got them going straight onto the path. We got some shops just in between any spaces that we've got. We've got same thing here with these flat rides down here. We've got them straight onto the path. That's saving us a bit of space. Just under here then we've got some go-karts. We've got one there and one there, and then we've got a couple of roto drops. Now when I've been placing the rides, I've been looking at the park value as they're testing. Now when I got the observation tower, so I've got that maximum height. When I did the roto drop, I put that, initially I tried that maximum height, And then when I was looking at the park value shot up. And then when I looked at the results, then it was up to, it was something like intensity 23 ultra extreme. Now nobody is ever going to ride on that, but it did add a lot of value to the park. So I've dropped it back down to a lower level, just because I want, at this stage now, I'm just wanting to make as much money as I can. But then when we do the next year, when we rebuild everything, what we're going to do is we're going to raise this up to the maximum height, and then that'll add a lot more value. So we had a bit of a space in the middle then where we've got this big coaster. So I only had about 4,000. So what I did was I put down a junior roller coaster, a pre-built junior roller coaster that I've got saved, and then that started bringing in the money. And then once we had enough money, I got rid of that coaster and I put this wooden coaster in that I've saved. It's a 10 by 10 coaster, so then that's bumped the value up, so the park value's gone up again. So we've got another year. So all I'm going to do then is I'm going to just run it on fast forward for a bit, and then we can get rid of all the rides, rebuild them in exactly the same space where they are now. The rotor drops we're going to put on maximum. We'll get rid of the coaster, we'll put the coaster back down. The paths are going to be left behind, which is handy. That shows me exactly where to put them. And look at all the space we've got left. We've got, oh hang on, I've messed up that path there, so I've got to connect that. They're stuck. But we've got loads of space, so we could go higher if we need to, but the target's 150, so we'll just concentrate on that. Haven't bought any extra land, so we're good to go. We're just gonna see this year out, rebuild everything, and then pass the scenario. So I'll see you this time next year. It is October year 2, so we're benefiting from the £20 umbrella trick. We don't need to care about the guests or the rating, so that's fine. All we're doing is chasing a park value of 150,000. Now we built all the rides in year 1, so we knew we could beat the 150,000 target. So all we've done then is just rebuilt all the rides in year 2, and that has given us a park value of 194,000. So as things stand, we are going to pass the scenario, and I haven't even got a single roller coaster. We've got the rotor drops set to maximum height. Oh, I've got one rotor drop. I've got a free fall set to drop. Now this one, bit bizarre this is. Look at the stats. It's coming down 190 miles per hour. So, and yet excitement 5, intensity 7. Rotor drop, exactly the same speed, more or less the same ride length and ride time, and yet this one is ultra extreme intensity, ultra extreme nausea. So that's a bit strange, because essentially they're doing exactly the same thing, but one's ultra extreme and the other one isn't. But the added height is giving us a huge boost. So I don't know what to do now. Do I build the coaster and get the value over 200,000, or do I get to brag that I didn't need a roller coaster when completing it? I don't know. It's a tough one. Let's build the coaster. So let's go in. It'd be good to show how it. So I was using number 1. Turn that off. So let's see if we can get it right. There you go. Turn off supports. That works even in the build mode. That's pretty cool. See if we can get it lined up. There you go. So we're going to put that down. So if you look, the value is still on 194. No, we'll put it to test. Let's put it on. Oh, we've got plenty of time. Let's put it on fast forward, and then we'll see when that value shoots up. We know that the test results are either in or due in very soon. There you go. So that's shot up by around 40,000. So the test results, oh, there you go, they're in now. So we're going to beat this scenario by around 80,000 then. No problem at all. Didn't buy any extra land. Haven't built that much underground. Let's have a look. The go-karts, this one just goes down and straight back. This one does branch off slightly down there, but we could have made them go quite a long route underground. That would have added some value. What we could have done as well is where the shops are, we could have got rid of those and then used those spaces to have the roto drop jutting out. Let's have a look. It's 28th now. Do we have enough time? Just to show you what I mean. Let's have a look. There is it. And go underground. It's going to have to be quick. Let's turn everything off so we can see. Or not. Entrance and exit built, because that's all we need to test it. Is it going to do it in time? I don't know if it'll do it in time. It's almost Halloween. It is Halloween, so we're not going to have enough time for it to test the roto drop, but otherwise the park value would have been even higher. And we've done it. 215,000. So we smashed it in the end by 65,000. Hammered it. No problem at all. Very easy scenario. Let's run it on fast forward just for a few seconds, just to see what, if it does shoot up when the roto drop comes back. Yeah, it's gone up again. So a few tricks there with the roto drop. Initially we used them on short heights to get the guests to ride them and give us some money, but then when we needed the value, then we just rammed them right up to the maximum level, and that added a lot of value. Okay, so I don't know what to say about that. It's a bit underwhelming. No, it looked like it would be quite difficult to begin with, but it was actually quite easy. We hadn't even opened the roller coaster, so you don't need the rides to be open, as we've shown with the coaster and the rotor drop that we built last. You only need the rides to be in test, and the value is added to the park. So that was Pokey Park. I am Stu. Any questions or feedback, drop them in the comments section, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.